What if silence wasn't surrender, but the start of your greatest transformation? What if disappearing wasn't weakness, but a declaration of your new power? And what if mastering the art of letting go turned you into the man she never saw coming and could never forget? Let's dive deep into how silence isn't just survival. It's the ultimate strategy for rising stronger, sharper, and more unstoppable than ever before. What if silence was the loudest answer you could ever give to someone who broke your heart? What if instead of begging, calling, or chasing, your response was stillness? Not out of weakness, but out of strength, out of a deep, immovable sense of self that says, I don't need to explain myself to someone who didn't value me when it mattered. This is not a story about revenge. This is not about getting her back. This is about getting you back. It's about the man who got crushed by love, ripped apart by expectation, and left standing in the wreckage with nothing but silence. And how he turned that silence into power. See, she expected the chase. She expected the let's talk messages, the midnight calls, the emotional breakdowns on social media, because that's what she was used to. That's what most men do when their hearts get torn apart. But not you. Not this time. This time you gave her silence. Not the kind that begs for attention, but the kind that echoes forever. The kind that makes her question everything. Because real power doesn't scream. It doesn't plead. It doesn't explain. It just walks away. You see, in Stoicism, we're taught that the only thing we truly control is our mind, our thoughts, our emotions, our responses. And in dark psychology, we know that absence creates more curiosity than presence ever could. Together, these truths create a deadly combination. A man who no longer needs to be understood is a man who becomes impossible to forget. So if you've ever been heartbroken, if you've ever watched her drift away while you stayed awake, replaying everything you did wrong, if you've ever felt that ache in your chest that makes it hard to breathe, this is for you. This is your reminder. Pain is not your prison, it's your fuel. She expected a chase. You gave her silence. And that silence, that was your rebirth. If you're done being the one who suffers, if you're ready to flip the script and own your power, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. My silence is my power. Now let's begin. Number 1. The collapse. It always starts the same way. You give. She pulls back. You open up. She shuts down. You stay consistent. She gets distant. And then one day it's done. No warning. No explanation. Just a short message, maybe not even that. She ghosts you, she walks out, she replaces you like you were nothing more than a phase. And you're left there staring at your phone like a fool, searching for reasons that won't come, looking for logic in her chaos. You feel it in your chest like someone ripped something out of you. You can't eat, can't sleep. Your mind keeps replaying, everything on loop. Was I too much? Was I not enough? Did I say the wrong thing? Should I have pulled away sooner? You start blaming yourself, doubting yourself, dismantling everything that made you who you are. That's the collapse. And it feels like death. But here's the truth, it's not death, it's transformation. What's dying isn't you. It's the version of you that thought love meant sacrificing your self-respect. It's the version of you that begged to be chosen instead of choosing yourself. That man had to go. This pain you feel, it's not a punishment. It's the price of awakening. Most men get stuck in this phase. They beg, they plead, they promise to change, all in hopes of being accepted again by someone who already decided they didn't value you. Don't be that man. Let the collapse happen. Let it destroy the delusion that she was your source of worth. Let it crush every fantasy you built in your head. Then get up colder, sharper, smarter. A man who rises from heartbreak without bitterness. Only clarity is untouchable. If you're done romanticizing someone who chose to walk away, if you're ready to rise from the wreckage, comment below. My downfall is my foundation. Number 2. The storm within. After the collapse comes the storm. Not outside, but inside. The rage, the sadness, the confusion. It all hits at once. Your thoughts spiral. You play scenarios in your head. You imagine her laughing with someone else while you're breaking apart. You scroll. You stalk. You analyze every little thing she said. You try to find meaning where there is none. You become your own worst enemy. This is where most men drown, not because of her, but because they never learned how to sit with their own emotions. They were taught to suppress, to distract, to numb. But Stoicism teaches the opposite. It teaches that the man who can endure the storm without reacting is the man who becomes it. Emotions aren't the enemy. Reactions are. You can feel everything. Let the heartbreak tear through you. Let the anger rise. Let the sadness hit you like a wave. But don't act on it. Don't text her. Don't post some passive-aggressive story. Don't try to prove your worth to someone who couldn't see it when you were giving your all. Sit in that fire. Let it burn everything that no longer serves you. This is where transformation starts. You don't numb the storm, you face it, you control it. You learn to watch your mind without letting it own you. And the moment you do that, you stop being a slave to your emotions. You start mastering them. That's where real power begins. If you're done making decisions from a place of weakness, if you're ready to take back control, comment below. I master my emotions. They do not master me. Number 3. The vanishing act. This is the part she never saw coming. The silence, the disappearance, the total cutoff. Not out of spite, but out of necessity. You stop checking her page. You delete the thread. You vanish. No messages, no calls, no late-night breakdowns. You disappear. Not to hurt her, but to heal yourself. And trust me, that silence, it speaks louder than any apology, any closure, any final goodbye ever could. See, women are used to men lingering in their orbit. They're used to attention. They're used to being chased even after the damage is done. But when you go dark, when you pull back completely, when you remove yourself from her story without warning or explanation, something shifts. She expected drama. You gave her distance. She expected chaos. You gave her calm. And in that gap, in that echo of silence, a seed of regret gets planted. But that's not your goal. This isn't about revenge. This isn't about playing games. This is about creating space so you can remember who the hell you are without her. You're not a footnote in her life. You're the main character in yours. And no main character begs for validation. He steps away. He rebuilds in private. He becomes untraceable, unshakable, undeniable. The vanishing act isn't weakness. It's discipline. It's what happens when a man decides he won't fight to stay where he's not wanted. He walks away, and he means it. If you're done being an option, if you're ready to disappear and rediscover your power, comment below. I don't chase, I choose. Number 4, the mirror. This is the part where it gets real. No more blaming her. No more replaying her mistakes. No more pointing fingers. It's just you in the mirror. And that's the hardest part, because now you have to face the truth about yourself. Not the filtered version, not the fantasy you sold yourself. The raw, unfiltered, uncomfortable truth. You see, she may have walked away, but maybe you ignored the red flags. Maybe you saw the signs and stayed anyway. Maybe deep down you were hoping love would fix what discipline should have. This is where you stop playing victim and start owning your part. That's where your power lives. The mirror doesn't lie. It shows you the man you've been and the man you've avoided becoming. But here's the beauty in that moment. Once you stop lying to yourself, you become unstoppable. You see the wounds, and instead of hiding them, you heal them. You see the weak patterns, and instead of repeating them, you destroy them. Stoicism teaches us to take full responsibility for our reactions, our thoughts, our growth. No one's coming to save you. No one's going to hand you peace. You build that alone, quietly, day by day. It starts by being brutally honest about where you've been and intentionally choosing where you're going next. Because the real revenge, it's not her missing you, it's you no longer needing her. If you're done avoiding the truth, if you're ready to face yourself and rise, comment below. I'd rather face the truth than live a lie. Number 5, the cold flame. Now the fire starts, but it's not wild. It's not out of control. It's cold, focused, pure. This is where the pain stops consuming you and starts fueling you. This is where silence becomes strategy, where discipline replaces emotion, where you stop reacting and start rebuilding. One rep, one routine, one brutal, lonely step at a time. You stop checking her feed. You stop wondering what she's thinking. You stop needing closure. Instead, you build. You hit the gym harder. You master your schedule. You sharpen your mind. You read. You train. You stack your wins quietly with zero need to show off. You're not doing it for her. You're not doing it to prove anything. You're doing it because that pain lit a fire inside you and you decided to control it, not be consumed by it. This is what dark masculinity looks like. It's not anger. It's not bitterness. It's focus. It's silence that slices deeper than words. It's power that doesn't need validation. It's a man who's so locked in on becoming his best self that he forgets what rejection even felt like. She expected tears. She expected breakdowns. Instead, she sees a man on a mission. And that's when it hits her. Not because you tried to make her regret it, but because you became someone she no longer has access to. That's the cold flame. Controlled, relentless, untouchable. If you're done burning for someone who walked away, if you're ready to turn pain into purpose, comment below. My fire no longer consumes me. It fuels me. Number 6, the echo of regret. It starts subtle. A view on your story, a like on a post she ignored before, a random message. Hey, how have you been? She's not reaching out because she misses you. She's reaching out because your silence got louder than her ego could handle. See, women don't expect men to stay gone. They expect emotion. They expect drama. They expect to be the center of attention even after they leave. But you became a ghost. Not the weak kind who disappears hoping to be chased, but the kind who disappears because chasing would have been beneath you. Now the silence haunts her. She starts to wonder why you didn't fight, why you didn't beg, why you didn't fall apart. She starts to ask herself questions you'll never answer. Did he move on? Was I never that important? Is he better without me? And the worst part for her, you're better. Not because she left, but because you stopped needing her to stay. You didn't post about how you're thriving, you just did quietly, consistently, like a man who doesn't need to prove anything to anyone. Regret is an echo, and your silence created it, but don't let that pull you back. You're not here for her curiosity, you're not here for her guilt. Let her sit in the silence she created. You've already moved on. If you're done chasing closure and ready to let silence speak for you, comment below. My absence is the answer. Number 7, the quiet rise. No announcements, no flex, no revenge tour, just progress. Unseen, unspoken, undeniable. While she checks, in silence, you rise in silence. You don't need to post it. You don't need validation. Real power doesn't perform. It builds. This is the stage where you outgrow her memory, where your goals become louder than your past. You start moving differently, more focused, more calculated. You stop reacting to noise. You stop wasting time, proving you've changed. You don't say a word. You just become someone who no longer fits into the version of you that begged for her. The quiet rise is about becoming high value in the shadows. It's about letting go of ego and choosing elevation over attention. You don't need to show off your healing, you live it, you embody it. You become a man who walks into rooms and doesn't need to say a thing because his energy does it for him. This is the moment she realizes you were the prize. Not because you told her, but because you stopped needing her to see it. You're not trying to win the breakup. You're too busy winning your life. If you're done performing for people who don't matter, if you're ready to rise without noise, comment below. I level up in silence. Number 8. The return of control. This is where everything shifts. You stop being reactive. You stop being emotional. You stop being available to people who didn't value you. You don't move from pain anymore. You move from clarity. The storm's passed. The silence has served its purpose. And now you're in full control. See, emotional control is the most underrated form of dominance. While she's checking if you're still watching, you're no longer even thinking about her. While she's wondering what you're doing, you're too focused on your purpose to care. That's what scares her most. Not that you're mad, not that you've changed, but that you genuinely let go. You're no longer living in reaction to what happened. You're creating from who you've become. There's no thirst for revenge, no obsession with proving anything. Just peace, power, precision. That's how you know you've won. Not because you feel nothing, but because you feel everything and still choose calm. The man who can control his emotions is a man no one can manipulate. And once she can't trigger you, she loses all control over you. If you're done letting emotions drive the wheel, if you're ready to lead your life with intention, comment below. I respond with purpose, not emotion. Number 9. The shift in gravity. Something unexpected happens. You're not chasing her. You're not even thinking about her. But suddenly she's drawn to you. Not because you're reaching out, but because you're pulling away. And the crazy part, you're not doing it to get a reaction. You're just gone mentally, emotionally, spiritually, moved on in a way she can feel but can't touch. That's the shift in gravity. When the energy flips, when she goes from being the center of your world to being just another memory in your story. And that pull she feels, that curiosity, that regret, it's not from what you said, it's from everything you didn't say. You see, attraction isn't just about looks. It's about power, detachment, direction. A man who's not desperate is a man who's magnetic. You became that through silence, through discipline, through letting go. And now she wants back into a life she no longer fits in. But here's the difference now. You're not moved. You're not tempted. You know exactly who you are. You know what you bring. And you don't go backwards for anyone who didn't stay when it counted. Let her orbit. Let her wonder. You're not gravity-bound anymore. You're your own force. If you're done needing validation, if you're ready to become the one they can't forget, comment below. I am the gravity now. Number 10. The Stoic blessing. Now we reach the final stage. Not revenge, not regret, not even indifference, gratitude. Not because she hurt you, but because that pain woke you up. Because she walked away, you stopped chasing. Because she let you go, you found yourself. That wasn't the end of your story. It was the start of the real one. You don't hate her. You don't miss her. You don't need closure. You don't even need her to know how much you've grown. That's the Stoic blessing. When you stop needing anything from the past, Because who you've become is more powerful than anything you lost. Pain tested you. Discipline remade you. Detachment empowered you. You became a man who commands peace without begging, who leads without proving, who walks alone without fear. That version of you. He was born in the silence, forged in the dark, sharpened by solitude. And now he doesn't look back. She expected a chase. You gave her silence. And in doing so, you gave yourself everything. If you're done looking for closure in others and ready to become the author of your own rebirth, comment below. Thank you for my evolution. If you've made it to this point, you already know this isn't just a story. It's a shift. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and remember, the strongest move is no move at all.